Hello everybody and welcome to Magic the Gathering Arena. It's me, Dark Mazda for Dark Mazda Series Gaming, and in this episode we are going to be testing out the Maestro Vampires deck, which is a combination of black, blue and red. So we're going to run through this deck list and we're going to see what it has to offer in the term of strategy and how it plays out. So let's get going. Let's start off straight away. We've got Blood Chief's Thirst. We're all familiar with this card. It's a 1-drop. We can use it to destroy a target creature or planeswalker with mana value 2 or less. But for its kick cost 2 plus a black mana, we can destroy target creature or planeswalker, and it doesn't matter what mana value it is. We've got 3 of those. We've got some more. We've got Infernal Grasp for 2 mana. You just destroy target creature and we lose 2 life. So, you know, that's if something just pops up that we want to get rid of. We've got Tainted Indulgence. So this is the Demea colours, the blue and black. So we draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. So, there we go, that speaks for itself. We've got a Blood Tithe Harvester. And when it enters the battlefield, we create a blood token. We can tap it and sacrifice it, and the target creature gets -X until the end of the turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control. And we can only activate as a sorcery, so we can't do it at instant speed. It has to be done when we would be able to cast a sorcery spell. We've got the Meat Hook Massacre. And we're all familiar with this card as well. So when it enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until the end of the turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. And we've got 3 of those. We've also got Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which transforms into Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Step 1 is create a 2/2 Red Goblin Shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. And for step 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, you draw that many cards. And 3, that's when it transforms, and it gets the ability, after its Summoning Sickness, for 1 mana, we can tap it, and create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature we control, except it has haste, and we sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Right. Next up, we've got the Maestro's Charm. So we get to choose one. One of these is look at the top of the 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Or we can, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Or Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. We've got Henrika Dominathi. And it's got flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Transform Henrika Dominathi, and when it's transformed, it's got Flying, Death Touch and Lifelink. And for 3 mana, each creature you control with Flying, Death Touch and or Lifelink gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. We've got Carmella, the Glamour Thief. So 1 generic, +1 of each colours. Haste. And for 1 mana, we can tap and add a blue, black and red source. Spend this mana only to cast instant and or sorcery spells. When Carmella Glamour Thief dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. We've got Edgar's Awakening. So we can return a target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you discard Edgar's Awakening, you may pay a black, a swamp. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Evelyn the Covetous. For 2, plus 1 of each of those manas. Blue, black, red, or a combination. Let's see. It's got flash. Whenever Evelyn the Covetous or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of each player's library with a collection counter on it. Once each turn, you may play a card from exile with a collection counter on it if it was exiled by an ability you controlled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast it. And that's a very handy card. We've got Haunting Voyage. We've seen this in the Angels deck. So we can choose a creature type and we can return up to 2 creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was foretold, return all creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield instead. We can foretell it. We've got Olivia, Crimson Bride. It's got flying and haste. And whenever Olivia, Crimson Bride attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains when you don't control a legendary vampire, exile this creature. Lord Xander the Collector. Now when Lord Xander the Collector enters the battlefield, target opponent discards all the cards in their hand rounded down. Half of the cards in their hand, rounded down. Whenever Lord Xander attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounded down. When Lord Xander dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control, rounded down. Wow, it's a mouthful. We've got Hall of the Storm Giants. 6 mana becomes a 7/7 blue giant creature with Ward 3. Otawara Soaring City. We can return target artifact, creature, enchantment or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Hive of the Ivy Tyrant. For 4, we can make it a 3/3 black beholder creature with menace. Whenever it attacks, it exiles a target card from defending player's graveyard. We've got Swamp, and we've got a Takenuma Abandoned Maya. And for the channel cost, we can mill 3 cards and return a creature or planeswalker card from our graveyard to our hand. Den of the Bugbear. For 4, until the end of the turn, it becomes a 3/2 red goblin creature with, when it attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature that's tapped and attacking. Got Mountains. We've got Sogazan, Crucible of Defiance. For its channel cost, we can create 2 1/1 Colour the Spirit creature tokens. They have haste until the end of the turn. And then we've got our dual lands. Like we say, just to did I do that? To fill out, we've got a Xander's Lounge, our tri-land here, and a Field of Ruin. Let's see how this deck performs. So the last one was a bit of a bad matchup. Are we going to try again? I think we'll mulligan that one. Oh, look at that. We've got 3 of those. I think we keep them though. Yeah, let's keep it. We'll get rid of the Cormilla. We'll let them hit us for now. And get a little bit of life back as well. Next turn we get Kiki Jiki.
Without the sun, I'll light your way. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
There we go, the tables have turned a little bit.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
Oh, that's good. Good for treasure there. Hopefully he blocks with a few of these.
That's it. I'm done playing.
Yes, discard a card.
You're looking a little singed.
Oh, this is going to be a big turn, this mine. Look at all them cards who just milled from their deck. What are they going to do?
Come on, Chandra. I know you can do better.
Right, that doesn't make much difference.
Don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here, so I'm a little hot-headed. So what?
Yep, thought so. That's end game, so well done to us. Just a shame we didn't have anything in the graveyard so that Olivia could bring something back as well. Just saw it coming a bit. No. Could we behold the multiverse? Thinking on whether to use it or not. Behold the multiverse, there we go. Thought it might have been. It wasn't saw it coming, it was definitely behold the multiverse. One more land and we can use that haunting voyage to get those two back that we put in the graveyard. Take the risk of getting countered here because he's held all of his mana back. What do we want to do? So should we give it a try? Next, oh, I'll say the turn after we can get Lord Xander out. Give it a try. If we get countered, we get countered. Alright? I'm hoping that's just another Behold the Multiverse. I knew it was a scythe coming. I knew it. Never mind. Ward 4, is it? Right, I'm going to try something risky here. Meat hook for 3. Awesome. And then the ward doesn't come into effect, so woo! We worked our way around that one. Well, he's wanting to counter something else, so we'll try this. And at least if you counter that one, it's not this one, because this one's coming next to it. That doesn't matter. Reveal an instant or sorcery card. So we get to see what he's got. Make disappear. Counter tower spell unless its controller plays base 2. We couldn't pay 2, unfortunately. But that means that he doesn't have another counter spell, so unless he's top decked one. Should we try Olivia Crimson Bride next then? Seeing as though it's got haste. Just keep bringing them out until we can get one out. Right, okay. Go on, we'll give it a try. We've just got to keep trying. It's going to saw it coming, yeah. Right, okay. do a bit of damage. Right, so we know that it's not... Right, that's okay. We can cast Haunting Voyage next turn. Who's foretold, behold the multiverse. I think we're going to get away with this one now. So let's put a red sauce down. Let's do it. Come on. Probably got something to counter it now. Kind of sucks. Oh no, vampires it is. Whichever. Oh, look at this. Now hasn't that popped off? Oh wow. Look at that. Oh wow. So, what do we want to do? Well, we've got 2 mana to use, so anything for 2. That was so many cards to choose from. Well, he's made hooked for 6. Can we do? Can we do anything? Probably just for the best, to be fair. Graveyard to our hand. So we'll pick up the Haunted Voyage. And we'll just do it all over again, eh? Alright, what's next? I think we've won this, it's just a case of grinding it out. See if we can get away with this again. Yeah, doesn't look like you can. So we're getting away with it again. Or are we? Yes? No? Alright, so he did. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, resolve, blah de blah, whatever. Did we have an Olivia in here somewhere? We'll get Lord Xander out there. If we can. Yeah, more counter spells than enough. He's going to run out eventually. You know what? Next turn, all we're doing now is we're just going to activate this bad boy here. We got there eventually. God, control decks are annoying sometimes. They're alright when you're playing as them though. Okay, let's keep this decent hand. We'll start with Den of the Bugbear, I think. Oh, well, I think we need to start with the slow land. And then Den of the Bugbear. Then we can Infernal Grasp. Say bye-bye to that straight away. Into Fable. Right, he's doing the same. Well, that was a good move on my part there. Getting rid of the Helena and Elena. Let it attack again, and we'll just do the same next time. No blockers. Same good game, because he knows what we're going to be doing. So yeah, that's another little nice strategy that I've just found out, and that helped out Raid quite a lot there, and kept on top of that Gruul deck. What have we got this time then? Looks like something we can work with at least. We'll go for black first if we can. Go for this guy. And get our treasure token. Typical Izzet deck. Using all the cheap tricks. Right, see if we can get something decent in our hand. Yes, we want Lord Xander. See if we can mill them a little bit. Now that is going to be fun when that pops off. Oh, I can't wait to see this work out here. Discard half of his hand and also right, that's fine. Do that all he wants. Looks like he's out of banner though. To get that out, let's see how this works out. Mill half of his hand. I mean, does this work? Oh, he's looking for something. Looking for a farewell or something. It's either cast something or good game. Bye bye half your library. Hope you've got nothing. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Can we beat the Izzet deck? Careful how many cards you're picking up there, fella. You don't have many left. Fine. Fine by me. So okay, he's only got 10 cards left. And we got 35, so... yeah, we knew he was going to do that. Whatever. Yeah, he gives up. He knows. I mean, that's how you're beating his deck anyway. You just make sure they can't do the cheap tricks. So yes, the two easy mode decks for this game is the Selesnya Enchantments deck, the one with the runes, Selesnya runes, that's the one. Because anybody who plays that deck, let's face it, they've got no skill. And anybody who plays an Izzet deck no skill, just pure noobs. Rely on the broken cards and the broken mechanics in order just to do whatever to your opponent. So anyway, yeah, it always feels good to beat an Izzet deck, and it always feels good to beat a Runes deck. And I've done that on several occasions, not as often as I'd like, but hey, it's a step in the right direction. We have achieved a new pack of New Capenna, so we're going to open it up quickly. I don't think we've got anything new there. I think this might be a wild card. No, Shadow of Mortality. Oh, so there we go. We've got those there. So that is it for this episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. I hope you've enjoyed the new Vampire deck. It's not the best deck. It's not as competitive as I'd like it to be, but it still does some nifty tricks, which are always fun to play around with. So anyway, if you've liked the content, give me a like and a sub. And until next time, that's it from me, and I will see you guys on the flip side.